Actually, it started with a developer called Will van Antwerpen and a company called PP7, also based here in Sweden. They made a wrapper for DataFlex for bringing in SyncFusion grid class.
Hi, and welcome to another casual conversation with me. And today we have a new guest. It's Albin Wisén from Prosmart, and he's going to tell us some cool things today. So could you tell a little bit more about yourself, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm a software developer for a company called Prosmart System. We develop a ERP system, and we are based in Sweden. And yeah, I've been developing with DataFlex for maybe 8 to 10 years, something like that. Before that, I was developing a lot with C#, C++.
Okay.
Yep.
And ERP system, what exactly is that system doing? What kind of customers are you?
Mostly industrial, big industrial companies that produce something.
So yeah. What can I use the system for? Is it to manage stuff or projects or?
Yeah, today we can handle pretty much everything, but you have offers, customer orders, invoices, production orders, purchase orders, and the stuff. And the system can tell you what you need to purchase, when you need to purchase. It can tell you what you need to produce, when you need to produce it, to fulfill your customer orders, stuff like that. Handle your stock. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a complete system for managing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So today you're going to tell us about SyncFusion.
Yeah. We had a project a little while back. Actually, it started with a developer called Will van Antwerpen and a company called PP7, also based here in Sweden. They made a wrapper for DataFlex for bringing in SyncFusion grid class. It's a JavaScript class, a grid class. So they made a wrapper, and we talked to Will, and we developed it a little more, brought in some new functions. So I thought we could share how the SyncFusion grid class works in DataFlex.
Yeah, okay.
Because DataFlex developers who are used to developing in Windows also use a lot of Codejock. They're used to using Codejock because Codejock is built in with DataFlex. And a lot of the functionality that Codejock have, the SyncFusion grid also have. So it's kind of like you get the Codejock functionality in web with SyncFusion.
Okay. I actually went to the web page of SyncFusion and tried to see what it could do, and it looks more like a AmpCharts library or something. So it's more similar to AmpCharts than to Codejock.
Yeah.
But
the SyncFusion has a lot of functionality, and the JavaScript library is very big.
Okay.
So far, we have the grid class. I know that Will is working on some other classes to bring in. And I think that we will try to bring in some more classes too. So
okay, so it's a work in progress.
yeah, and I think that in a while you'll have not all, but maybe a lot of the classes that is available in the SyncFusion library is going to get available in DataFlex too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting, and I'm sure that many DataFlex developers would like to have a closer look at that.
Yeah.
So.
I can show you how it works.
Yeah.
The SyncFusion class looks like this, and this is basically a regular grid. We're collecting the data with SQL here, but you can use entry items or whatever you like to bring in the data to the grid. The grid itself has a menu system that you can turn on, where I see we have it set to Swedish. We can change the translation to English. Here it's English. So we've got a menu where we can filter any values on any column. Select start with, end with, contains, equal, not equal.
And this is done in the JavaScript library, and you don't have to.
Yeah. No, you
do a lookup in the database.
It works a lot like the regular CWeb list in DataFlex,
okay.
where every column is an object inside the list object.
Yeah.
So on every column, you can set, just like in Codejock, you can set PB showing column menu and stuff like that. So you can turn on properties and turn on and turn off properties for every column object.
Yeah. So as a DataFlex developer, you would be right at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You would recognize it.
Yeah.
You can sort on every column. You can filter on any column, and you can hide columns and let the users light up columns like we have here. We have a list of every column that is available in the grid, but we just have 5 or 6 columns visible. So we can, let's say we light up postal, city, country, collect the data, and now
nice.
it's visible.
Yeah.
We can also save this to the user. So every time the user enters this grid, it's showing the columns like he wants it to be.
Okay, so it's like configurable. You can have a, is it a table you set up, or is it some kind of configuration file or something you have to code?
No, it's like a configuration file that's saved in the session data.
Okay, and then you store it in the user table or something?
Yeah, we
to keep
store
it between
it
sessions, I mean.
Yeah, we store it right now. We are storing it in the regular web app server session table.
Okay. Yeah.
So we actually just made a property of it and web setting it.
Mm.
So
nice.
Right now we could also, let's say we want to group. We got a blue header here, drag a column header here. So we take country, drag it up, and now the data is grouped on that column. We can close all groups. We can open.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. And you also got aggregate columns in this grid. So right now we have two aggregate columns. We've got order value right here. So you've got a total for the whole grid, and you've got a group total. And the same we count how many orders is in the grid right now. We've got 79 orders, and in this group we got 22.
Yeah, I see the amount down there, yes. And also the total.
Yeah. And if we remove the group, you also got a pretty cool built-in Excel and CSV export. There's also PDF exports and a print, HTML print that you can activate. So, and this is pure JavaScript from the SyncFusion library. So if you click Excel export, you get a Excel file that is showing all the data that you have visible in the grid. This Excel and CSV export isn't a server process. It is actually a pure JavaScript process. So,
but if you don't have all the data visible and you want to export all the data, will it go to the server and fetch all the data, or
you can make it a server process and make that happen.
So if I have like 100,000 records,
you can make that happen.
Okay.
You can also make your own toolbar items here and put your own icons, CSS icons in it. I can show you. We have. Let's do it like this. We go back. We open up customers. We go into a customer. And we got another grid like this, where we have created toolbar items for creating a new row and edit row. I see it's not translated, but I guess and these ones are server processes. So when I click on edit row or new row, the grid makes a call to the server and my DataFlex code decides what's going to happen.
Okay. But I noticed that on the right side, you have this, that looks like a form where you can enter data, and it just popped in from the side when you click something. Is that part of this, or is it regular DataFlex doing that?
No, that's regular DataFlex.
Okay.
We just changed the PyColumn span of the grid. Yeah.
So if I'm a developer and I'm really interested in using this right now, what do I do? Where do I go? And how do I implement it?
Yeah, it's. I think that Will has a demo of this, and it is also available in the forum and through SVN. So I think in the forum you have code library and using SyncFusion library by Will.
So we will put the link in the description as well. So
so it's a really cool control with a lot of functionality.
Yeah.
So check it out.
We'll definitely do that, and I guess all the DataFlex developers who are moving to the web will also have a look at this. So that's really cool. Nice work.
Thanks to Will and PP7.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have to thank them as well. But that looks really interesting, and definitely gonna. I think Mike Pete, if he hasn't put it in the wiki already, we want to make a shout out, because there you can also find a lot of libraries and plugins that you can use in your DataFlex development. So we put a link to that as well in the descriptions here. So I think that covers it for this video. A big thank you to you, Albin, and hope to see you soon again.
Yep, you too.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.